हरिः कर्ता।
I want to check the ratio of the values in Paris versus Antwerp and save the results in a new column. How can I do that? So let's look into that. So here is the picture approximate. So here I am going to take two columns from the data frame, and then I will use these two columns to calculate the ratio of both of them and put it into the new. You can after doing the calculation, you can put them into the absolutely new column or new series of this data frame. So this data frame is has been changed completely into the new data frame, so it's in place change in place. Okay, so other mathematical operators such as plus, minus, and multiplication symbol and division and many more and logical operators are work element wise, so was already used in the subset data tutorial that we have discussed earlier to filter rows of a table using a conditional expression, and all can be applicable here also. So let's get into the notepad editor and notebook editor, and let's do the required. So let me take so what I want is to check the ratio of the values in Paris versus Antwerp, and save it in new column altogether. Okay, that's it. Now let's do AQ, DF, and so ratio. So the new column name I'm gonna give is ratio between Paris and Antwerp. Let me put it in. Yeah, done. So now let me do the required calculation. So to do the calculation, let me open the parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis, as usual, we have to take AQ DP. That's what our data frame, and which series we want to use. The first series, the numerator for me is station Paris, so that's what I'm going to include. So station Paris, then after that let me do the division, and I'll go with the again sorry AQ DF, that's our data frame, and inside that, so let me add station Antwerp, and that's it. Let me close the square parenthesis, and this is what our calculation done. So let me execute it. There is unmatched. Okay, that's it. So now let me check AQ DF, and here is the ratio Paris Antwerp. It's 0.495050 and 0.615556. So the calculation is again element wise, so the forward slash is applied for the values in each row. So here I just want to convert this. If you want to convert this, you can convert this one. So for that, it's pretty simple. Let me take this here. So I'm going to create a new percentage. This time I'm going to, in spite of ratio, I'll say percentage, and I will take the same, and directly I will take up the previous. Okay, let me check this one, it will be easier. Yeah, I'll multiply this with 100 and execute it. So AQ, and here is that. So you have converted the ratios to the percentages. Got it? And to designate it properly, here you are mentioning it's a percentage Paris and Antwerp. So that's how we manipulate the columns. Clear? So similarly, we have some advanced stuff here. So if you want to rename the data columns to the corresponding station identifiers, so we can do it. But for that, so what we have to do is, let me get it here. So want to rename the data columns to the corresponding station identifiers. So M3 execute. So AQ, our data frame. So I just want to completely rename it. So AQ renamed, and so AQ DF. So what I want to use is a rename method. So inside the rename method, so I got the arguments. The first arguments is columns. So I have to give the columns a dictionary. So which all I want to change, So first one, uh, let me take from here. So station verb, I want to change it to the specific exact location. So this one I want to change it to, so it's a dictionary. So I'll make it as a city verb, or I'll just make it short, just anti-verb, Antwerp. Okay, and I want to have one more dictionary. So sorry, one more element in this. Yeah, so this time it's going to be the second one, uh, station Paris. So I'll be converting this into the Paris, just Paris. And the third one, what we have is the station London. I'll just make it to the London, just reducing the size of the variable. Okay, so London. Okay, something is missing. Let me close this parenthesis. Sorry, curly braces. Okay, so oh, that's what, station London, and it's London. Then close the curly braces, and then let me close the parenthesis, and here is that. Now let's look into the AQDF renamed and execute it. See, Antwerp, Paris as short variable names, and at the same time you can also look into the world one with the world names. Let me execute it both, and here this is station Antwerp and Paris, station Paris and station London. Here it is Antwerp, Paris, London, direct. So that's how we rename it. So here the rename method, you can see that the rename method can be used for both row labels and column labels. So provide a dictionary with the keys, the current names and the values, the new names to update the corresponding names. That's what the dictionary. So in that dictionary, the key is the a current names, and the values are the new names to be updated to the corresponding names. So the mapping should not be restricted to fixed names only, but can be a mapping function as well as, for example, converting the column names to lowercase letters can be done using a function as well. As it's like taking the method. For to do that, let me take the similar code and okay. So okay. These are all. Let me make it. These are all lower only. Let me convert this into the upper, and let me take here. So renamed upper. Let me put it upper. Upper. So inside that, a column renamed this column. Let's take the columns, and inside the columns we are no more including these columns. We are not renaming it, we are just modifying it. For that I'll say strings and upper and execute it. So aq upper, and here is the magic. Station Antwerp, Station Paris, Station London. It's been completely converted into the upper. So now this time I'm gonna make this. I'll convert this into the lower. So let me copy this here. Yeah, and paste it here. So let me take this in spite of this. I'd say upper, and I'll make this into the lower one completely. And I have to convert this back to the statement. Okay, lower, and execute it. AQDF lower, and here it is. All has been converted properly to the lower. So that's how you can literally manipulate however and whatever way that you want using pandas.